see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sex.
The Thailand MotoGP Grand Prix officially kicked off the 2026 race weekend with the first free practice session, which immediately brought major attention. Two highly anticipated names, Toprak and Marc Marquez, finally took to the track together in Buriram, amidst a tense atmosphere filled with high expectations. Held at the Chong International Circuit, the hot track temperatures from the morning immediately tested the riders' fitness and consistency. Toprak, now the center of attention after his move to the Yamaha V4 project with a satellite team, performed aggressively from the start. His distinctive riding style, hard braking and precision corner entry, was immediately apparent as he began posting competitive times in the early laps. Meanwhile, Marc Marquez didn't sit still. The 8-time world champion displayed determination, pushing his bike's limits right from the very first run. Marquez seemed focused on establishing a rhythm, learning the grip of Buriram's asphalt, which is notorious for decreasing dramatically as temperatures rise. Each section demonstrated a different approach, smoother in fast corners, but still aggressive on the exit of slow corners. This first practice session was more than just a warm-up session. For Toprak, this proved his ability to be competitive right from the start of the weekend, and adapt quickly to the characteristics of MotoGP tracks, which differ from Superbike. Meanwhile, for Marquez, this session provided a crucial foundation for developing his strategy throughout the weekend, particularly in finding the best setup for the sprint race and main race. Several exciting moments also occurred when the two were briefly in the same frame on track, moments that had the paddock and fans speculating about the potential for a major duel this weekend. Although it was only the first practice session, the competitive tension was already palpable. The technical teams were busy evaluating data, particularly regarding tire management and braking stability. Buriram is known as a track that demands strong acceleration and extreme braking in the final corner, so getting the right setup right from Friday is crucial. The first practice session may not be the final straw, but one thing is clear. The presence of Toprak and Marquez on track today sends a strong message to the entire grid that this weekend will be a heated one. Buriram 2026 has just begun, and the competition has been heating up since the opening session. And here's the full news. The opening race weekend in Thailand has finally begun. The first free practice session for the 2026 MotoGP Thailand Grand Prix officially began this morning, and all eyes were immediately on two big names, Toprak and Marc Marquez. Their presence on the track wasn't just about the lap times, but also symbolized the start of a new rivalry that MotoGP fans have long awaited. Held at the Chong International Circuit, the weather conditions presented their own challenges for morning. The high air temperature combined with Thailand's typical humidity put the riders' physical condition to the test immediately. The constantly rising asphalt temperature caused grip to change drastically from lap to lap. This made FP1 more than just a regular adaptation session, but also an opportunity to gauge the direction of the weekend's development. From the moment the pit lane opened, Toprak immediately got out earlier than some of his rivals. He started with a short run to get a feel for the bike's balance, focusing on front-end stability under hard braking. Buriram is known as a stop-and-go circuit, where extreme braking at turns 1, 3, and the final corner is key. Toprak looked very confident braking deeply, a characteristic that has become his trademark. The first few laps were still conservative. However, as the 15th minute approached, Toprak began to increase his tempo. He posted competitive times and slowly climbed into the top positions. His riding style was aggressive yet controlled, especially during the transition from braking to acceleration. His team seemed to be focusing on electronic settings and traction to maximize the bike's power on Buriram's long straights. Meanwhile, Marc Marquez began the session with a different approach, doing more long runs to test his rhythm consistency. As a rider with immense experience, Marquez didn't push for a fast lap early on. He seemed to analyze each sector, trying out several alternative racing lines in the technical second sector. His main focus seemed to be on rear-end stability when exiting slow corners. Midway through the session, the long-awaited moment finally occurred. Toprak and Marquez were on track for a relatively close encounter. Although not a direct duel, the contrast between their riding styles was stark. Toprak was more aggressive in braking, while Marquez was smoother and more fluid in the fast corners. Television cameras were focused on the two riders several times, hinting at the potential battle that could erupt in the following sessions. FP1 also served as a test of tire management. Several riders experienced a significant loss of grip in the final 5 minutes. Small rear-end slides began to appear on many bikes. Toprak appeared quite comfortable in the conditions, demonstrating his ability to read the limits of traction. Marquez even made a major overhaul in one of the fast corners, but his reflexes and experience saved the situation without losing much time. In the pit box, the atmosphere was equally busy. Telemetry data was analyzed in detail, from tire pressures and carbon brake temperature to the bike's weight distribution under full acceleration. Engineers were seen discussing intensely with each rider. For Toprak, communication with the technical team was key to finding the ideal setup from day one. For Marquez, long-term consistency was a priority, especially given the weekend's packed schedule with sprint races. Although this was only the first practice session, the pressure was already on. The lap times may not reflect true performance, but the competitive signals were already very clear. Buriram is a circuit where overtaking is difficult, without a significant advantage on the straights. This means that starting position and bike efficiency will be crucial to the final result. Today's first practice session wasn't just a weekend opener, but also a statement from two top riders. Toprak showed he's ready to challenge anyone on the grid. Marquez proved his experience remains a serious threat. The 2026 Buriram MotoGP has only just begun, but the tension is already like a qualifying session. If FP1 is this intense, then the sprint race and main race are sure to bring even greater drama. This rivalry officially begins today in Buriram, and the MotoGP world is watching.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face, baby I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, coke,